Well, hey everybody, my name is Miles Shank, and today I just want to talk to you about a really cool piece of kit called the Walter Klassen Single Shot. So one quick disclaimer before we get started is Walter Klassen did not pay me anything. They didn't give me a discount on the single shot or anything for doing a review. They did send me a shirt. I think they hand out free swag quite a bit. So hopefully that doesn't taint your perspective of my review. I just didn't really see too much online. It's a fairly new product. So hopefully this video will kind of help you to see it in use. So at first glance, the single shot, you might just think is essentially an easy rig. It just looks like a really different kind of setup of an easy rig. Essentially, it's pretty much what it is. With the one huge exception of this is my Steadicam vest. This is the Fawcett Exo vest. And so if you're like me, I run hot on set when I operate camera. And if you've ever used an easy rig, which if you're here, I'm assuming you probably have used an easy rig, but you know that they kind of contain a lot of heat inside. You know, they like rest on your whole back. They have like the little over arms, and then the waist belt itself is pretty massive. So for someone like me, here like in Washington, DC, it gets very hot during the summers. And so something like this is great for me. It's very breathable, and actually Walter Klassen has these like legendary vests. They say they're like the most comfortable vests in the Steadicam industry, and they are really awesome. But like I said, they just seal in all the heat, you know, and it just kind of wears me out after a little while. So anyway, for me personally, I really do prefer the Exo vest. So when I saw that you could get this Walter Klassen single shot with the Exo vest adapter, which is a block here, this was a game changer for me. So just out of the gate here, you see that it has numbers here on the back of this, and this is kind of like your center mast. I'm not too sure what the technical name for it is, but it's nice because there's no really recommended set number for it, but it's kind of a user preference. So it's however high you want this to be, how far above your head. And you know, you can just kind of remember like where your number is. I think mine is like in mid 20s, the high 20s, maybe 30 or something like that. And then now our next kind of differentiating factor here from like an easy rig would be the actual like top system here that you'll notice. And so it's really great because it has really solid locking pins. It's fully adjustable. I mean, everything is just really, really well machined. Like I said, Klassen is legendary with Steadicam operators. And so, you know, I'm so glad to see that they're making more advancements into the camera operating world, because they're just bringing that quality into this section as well here. So you notice when you start using this that one of the biggest kind of advantages, I would say, but one of the biggest things that is very different about these is that these, like the system really utilizes, they send you 3 kind of elastic cables here. I have the thickest one on here, which really works well with the Alexa Mini, which I'll pull up here in a second. So yeah, actually here, I gotta adjust it because I shrunk it down. So get it up here. And I like to set mine kind of off to the side here a little bit. And throw this on. So if you're a Steadicam operator, it's great because, you know, you can literally operate Steadicam for a few shots, and then let's say they want to go handheld, the client wants to go handheld, then you can just throw this on. It's all sized up for your body. It's really good to go. All right, so I got my vest on here and adjusted, got my mic kind of back in place here. Sorry for hitting it there. And this is maybe like a little bit low, but it's kind of nice because you can clear pretty much every doorway with it. So it's not like a fixed height, which is pretty great. Telescopes, which is awesome. And I can actually, this is like a big thing, which is nice for solo operators, live operators, or, you know, if you're just on set and you want to make a quick tweak and maybe your AC isn't available, you can grab, you know, all these adjustment tools here and throw it where you want. Like you can reach everything. And here's the best part right here, is this kind of like knob up here lets you dial things in. And so you just like, you pull this, this knob and basically kind of ratchet it to where you want it to be, and that increases your tension and then you can pull this lever up here, and that'll decrease your tension. It's nice because if you use EZ-Rig, you know you have to get that little Allen key back there, and like, I mean, I don't know personally anybody who can do it by themselves, but you know, you usually have your AC or somebody come over and like, you know, you tweak it, and you're like, okay, a little more, okay, right there. Okay, it's good, you know, so now you know about the tension that you want to increase it, and so you can do it yourself, which is really great. Now it comes with these Kong clamps, which are awesome, and I'm sure you can, you know, change it out for a quick release if you need to. And this is just a standard 3/8 like eye bolt. I picked them up from like Home Depot, you know, for like whatever they are, like $1, something like that. So yeah, this is just to kind of show you just a typical Alexa Mini build. You can basically, you know, just, it's like an EZ-Rig at this point, like where you clip it on, just you figure out your balance and your weight points and all that. So like I said, the biggest difference here is that this cable is elastic, and so you don't have like, I don't know what kind of cable they use on the EZ-Rigs, but I've noticed like when you walk with it in particular, you know, the EZ-Rig, if you're walking, the camera itself is like kind of jarring up and back. So the nice thing about this is that you have a little bit of play. And what that does is really kind of like, you know, it gives you a little more control over like being able to, I guess, kind of move with it and keep the shot looking pretty organic, if you will. And yeah, I don't know how to explain it other than you just kind of have to try it. But it will take a lot of like the jitter out of your shot, you know. And I've used like the Serene arm on EZ-Rigs, and personally I don't care for the Serene arm that much. It's a whole lot of extra stuff up there, and it spins 360 degrees. Anyway, it's just kind of a lot. This is really like, I like minimalism, I guess, when I shoot. I don't like things getting in the way, and so this is like a really, really good tool for me. And yeah, I mean, I've noticed like as I'm coming up on set, you know, like you can kind of get these kind of slower approaches if you need, or you know, you can kind of even start low and like come up high, and then you still have that full. Like it's just like it's a good feeling support, just having the tension be elastic. It kind of works with you instead of against you. And the big thing I've also noticed is that like I don't often like EZ-Rig shots if somebody's like trying to move around with them, because it tends to like maybe it's like inexperienced operators or something, but like there could be like a bit of an EZ-Rig sway to it, and it just looks weird if the camera is like swaying like that, you know. So this also kind of helps take out that like that sway or vibration or whatever that is exactly. But anyway, I typically end up kind of, you know, tucking it into my armpit here, and then, you know, you got your monitor and all that, and then you can just kind of like pop around with it. And I mean, we've done some more aggressive things with it where you're like kind of running in there, getting down, or, you know, you can get real like super focused details with it. And it just like has a good, healthy response to my actions. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty cost efficient if you already own the vest. It is cheaper than an EZ-Rig. However, if you have to buy a vest, it might actually end up costing you a little bit more than an EZ-Rig. But as I said before, the advantage is you have like your pick of like, you could do the Klassen vest, which is phenomenal. You could do my favorite vest, which is the EXO vest. And you have all these different advantages on here. Also, the things I didn't really mention here was this actually telescopes out even farther. So of course you can set the length of the total arm. And it has these pulleys up here, so it keeps things from getting kind of tangled up. Yeah, it's just an incredible machine quality overall in every part and component. And just really impressed with another great Walter Klassen product.